Hi, everyone. Welcome to our fourth session of the day. This session is going to be focused on our Tasmanian University Union. We're having two speakers speak with us today. James, who is our Student Insight and Experience Officer from Hobart, and we've also got Rachata, who is our International Student Officer from up north. So they're going to speak about, how the Tasmanian University Union helps students when they arrive here, and how can students take part in events and societies, all the clubs and societies that take place. So they will be speaking to us about that. A few housekeeping rules. So feel free to pop in any questions you guys have in the chat box. We will moderate this as we go. We will have an open Q&A session 10 minutes after the presentation is done. So feel free to pop them through. A copy of this presentation as well as this recording will be available for students towards the end of these sessions. So James, I will hand it over to you and let me know whenever you need me to go on to the next slide.
Certainly. Thank you, Mona. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the University of Tasmania. It's good to have you on board, and you're gonna love it here. It's a great place. So yeah, my name is James. I work at the Tasmania University Union. I'm a member of staff. I'm the Student Insight and Experience Officer for the south of the state. We also have equivalent roles in the north and Cradle Coast. So yeah, you can get the slideshow rolling there, Mona. We can go to the next slide. So we are an independent collective for student-driven change. That is, we are independent from the university. We have some connections, of course, we need to naturally, but we're primarily focused on student-driven change, and that is making change for the betterment of the students by the students. So the students themselves are the ones who are pushing for this change, and that's done by having elected representatives, which are voted for by the students in around August, September. We usually hold our elections, so they'll be coming up very soon. And yeah, we can go to the next slide there. So this is your state council reps for this year. So we have the main state council, which consists of, as you can see here, we've got Braden Broad, he's our president. We've got Joel, your deputy president. Sophie, Joji, and Shireen are your campus presidents, depending on the region that you're in. And then Josh and Gabby are the sports and societies presidents, who are overarching for all the clubs and societies and many of those that we have. And then underneath those, again, we have a student representative council, which is a more regionally focused on specific topics like the environment, welfare, women's rights, LGBTQIA, these kind of areas. So we can go to the next slide. Go to the next. Yep. So automatically, as a student of the University of Tasmania, you are a member of the TUU, and you have access to all of our services. And these include lobbying and representation on issues important to you as a student. So that's where we ask for your feedback on issues that you might be experiencing, and then we'll then take them to the various committees that our reps sit on at the university and say to them that these are the issues the students are experiencing, and we'd like to have them resolved if we could. Another huge part of the TUU is the social connection through our clubs and societies. We've got over 130 statewide and on the mainland too, and they're an amazing way to make friends. We'll come back around to that in a moment. And we also have a bunch of safe spaces and great facilities, depending on where you are. In Hobart, we have a women's space, we have a queer space, and we have a parenting room, which are all available to any student to use at any time you like. So there's just little spaces that you can go into and just kind of step away from it all and have a bit of time to yourself. And they're available, as I said, for any students. We also have information to answer your questions about studying or life on or off campus. Some of our staff members and even some of our reps are very experienced. They've been here for a while, and yeah, we're more than happy to answer any questions you might have or any help you might need. We also have independent support and advocacy. That is our student advocates, who are here to support students with if you're having struggling academically, or you've had some you've made an error in an exam, you've been punished in some way. So they will be able to speak with you independently from the university and have a talk with you about the best options, how you can work. So that's an excellent resource that I highly recommend if you're struggling or having any issues, which hopefully nobody has, that we're here available to support you should you need it. We also have financial support and counselling, including Safety Net Grant Scheme, which we've partnered up with the university to do, and that's been very important in the last few weeks, obviously with the COVID situation, that a lot of students, unfortunately, particularly international students, have been falling on hard times. So we've had to, of course, try to help them, where they haven't been able to be assisted by federal means. Then, we have a bit of funding that we're available to support students in any way we can, and it's usually important, and it's been rewarding being able to help students in that way. Go to the next slide. So yes, back to the clubs and societies. We've got more than 130 of those around Tasmania, and a couple on the mainland as well. And they cover a myriad of themes. The sports clubs, there's special interests, your hobbies, faith-based organizations, there's quite a few of those. Social justice, so things like the environment. We have a number of societies that are very focused on environmental issues and are very passionate about those, and are very visible around campus for lobbying for causes that they care about. Academic societies, who are closely linked to the faculties that you study in. So you'd have like a law society, business society, engineering society, and they're very closely linked to those faculties and run a lot of amazing events, like workshops with local companies and employers, and networking events. So those, if you're keen to pursue a career in the area, which you would be because you're studying it, those societies are an amazing resource to join, and I highly recommend getting involved with any academic societies. We also have cultural societies, specific international societies from specific countries and regions, and there's a large amount of them as well, that to make international students feel right at home. You've got a little community here within Tasmania. So there's various nations represented. We've got Vietnamese society, Indian society, Chinese society, and they're all amazing. They do lovely things for the community, and they have very welcoming events and initiatives. And so if you're ever kind of feeling a bit lonely and disconnected from your home, you can certainly reach out to those guys, and they'll make you feel that little connection once again. It's great. There's also residential societies, which are linked to the various university owned accommodation. So they're another excellent way of making new friends and connections within the people that you're living with. And then, of course, recreational, someone like the Bushwalking Society. Tasmania has just incredible for bushwalking opportunities, and those guys go on regular walks all the time. And I could list them all, but there's so many, as you can see, 130. Check out our website. There's a A to Z listing of them all, and you can look through that, see which ones interest you, and there's their links to their Facebook pages, email addresses to get in touch with them. And if you don't see one you like, you're more than welcome to start your own. You can reach out to us, and we can have a chat with you about what you might like to achieve, and we'll take it from there. Next slide, please. So what have we done in 2020? 2020 has been a busy year. It's been a disruptive year, of course, as it has been for us all. But we've been soldiering on and doing what we can. We've been running a bunch of events. We managed to get through our whole first semester welcome and orientation events in person on campus, and that was great. We had lots of people to talk to and get to know. We took our event tent online, and that is what used to be, and hopefully will be soon again, is a physical tent where people can come along and chat to us and tell us about the issues that they're facing. So that's where the lobbying, the advocacy comes in place. And so we've taken that online, and we've got some really good results for students as a result of that during COVID-19. And yeah, that's been an amazing resource for us as far as getting to know what the students need, and as well for the university, because we love the University of Tasmania, but we want to make sure that they're doing the right thing. And it's been fantastic to be able to share with them the student thoughts, and then they appreciate it as well, because they obviously want to be able to do the right thing as well. We've also had the Helping Hand scheme, which is a small monetary donation that we give to students who are in need. So that's been very widely uptaken since COVID happened, and yeah, again, that's been something that we were more than happy to do. Students need help, and that's what we're here, is to help them out and make sure that they're keeping their heads above water. And of course, supporting students through advocacy as well. Our student advocates have been extremely busy seeing students either online or in person when they could before, about issues affecting them as a result of COVID-19, and just in general within their time at the university. You can go to the next slide. And we've done more. This is more stuff that we've got ongoing at the moment and upcoming. We've got a new comms officer, and he's going to be working on building a student media team and relaunching Chagatis, which was our student media that is kind of on hiatus at the moment as we're sort of restructuring ourselves, but that's going to be coming back with a bang in the next few months. We're going to have a brand new student media team, and there'll be lots of volunteering opportunities there for students to get involved with, photography, with writing, with graphics, with video. So we're very excited about that and seeing that coming back. We're also collaborating with the university to create leadership and growth opportunities. So we're exploring various options there in relation to courses that students can take and accreditation, those kind of things. We're also refreshing our brand on our website. That's an ongoing project at the moment that's keeping us busy. So we're going to have a brand new website that's much easier to use. Our current one's getting a bit dated, so it's good to refresh things and keep things at the forefront of students' minds and make sure that what we're providing is exactly what you guys need. So stay tuned for that coming up in the next few months. It'll be coming out. We'll be launching that. We're also starting to subsidize mental health first aid training for students. Mental health, of course, is a hugely important topic for all students, for everyone, and we take it very seriously at the TUU because it's just so important for young people to look after themselves and to be able to look after others. So we're doing mental health first aid training for our student reps to make sure that they're able to respond to mental health concerns of students in the right way and point students in the right direction. And then we'll be hopefully expanding that towards the clubs and societies executives in the future and making it a more available resource to more students. And we're just shaking up in general how the TUU used to be run. I think we haven't changed for a while, and it's like any good organization, you need to kind of adapt to the times and keep yourself fresh. So we've been hammering away at that strategic review, strategic project that's been keeping us very busy, and it's exciting to see how we're going, and we can't wait to share our new ways with you, the students. And next slide, please. So yeah, how do you make the most of your TUU membership? As I said at the start, you're automatically a TUU member. You don't need to sign up or fill a form. You can avail of our services at any time. So you can talk to us. You can get in touch with your student reps. You can send us an email, send us a private message on our Facebook page, and just tell us, what you need. We're here for you. And you can use our services whenever you need to. We're here to help. We're here for you guys should you need it. We're also going to be launching more volunteer opportunities, as I mentioned, with the student media team, amongst other perhaps event initiatives and things like that. That's in infancy at the moment, that project, but that's something we're hoping to launch soon to give students more opportunities to gain experience in various extracurricular activities that perhaps might not be on their courses, but something that they might be interested in and looks good on your CV as well. So. Come along to our events, of course. We're holding a bunch of virtual events in the next few weeks at the start of the semester 2. So they'll be online, and then hopefully once all this restrictions and lockdowns end, we can get back to seeing you guys, in person. We're very excited about that. But for the time being, we've got virtual events online on our Facebook page, on our website. So stay tuned for those. And of course, meet people by joining a club or society, or even starting your own. As I said, if you need to start a new one, if you don't see one you like, you're more than welcome to start one from scratch, get some like-minded friends involved. And they're just an amazing way to make friends. Personally speaking, I joined a bunch of them at uni myself. I never really got involved, and I regret that because it's seeing what our clubs and societies do here at the University of Tasmania. They're just amazing. The networking that they do, the friendships you make for life. It's such a rewarding experience to get involved, I think, with clubs and societies. So I'd recommend that. And of course, vote. Elections are coming up this semester for the next year's reps. It's very important that we get student representation, we get the right people in to represent you, the students. Everyone can nominate. If you're a student and you've got an issue that you're passionate about, you should get involved with the TUU. Or just vote for those that you think represent you they're the most relevant to you and to your thoughts and your mind, and that make sure that they're doing right by you as a student yourself. Next slide, please. here's our various social medias. So we've got a main Facebook page, the Tasmania University Union. That's where we have our kind of overarching events, news, updates, and that. We also have regional groups. So there's Facebook groups for the North, the South, and Cradle Coast. So they're more regional specific. So if you're kind of wanting to find out what events are on or what societies are up to in your areas, I'd recommend joining those groups and getting involved. Of course, you can join in those groups and share anything you like as well. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, and we just launched a new YouTube page, but that's in its infancy. So that will be getting, as part of the student media team, we'll be launching more media in that space. So yeah, stay tuned for that also. And of course, you can contact us via our contact us page on our website. So yeah, I think that's the end of the slideshow. Thank you very much for listening. Any questions at all that have come through there?
Fantastic, thank you. Yes, there are questions. Maybe before I get into questions, Zach, is there any comments that you wanted to add to James's presentation in terms of being an international student officer as a student?
Oh yes, it's very important for new coming student to get involved with TUU, because they really support you in terms of social connection and something that you can benefit outside of classroom. So it's really help if you want to make new friends at university and or develop your social connection. TU is a good way, is a good place for you to come and join up and then get involved more and more throughout the semester. Yep.
Fantastic. And I think, yeah, it was such a good presentation, James. And, you know, I think it's important, as you said, that all these services are available for students. And I was a student myself, for the audience who don't know, international student. And, you know, as James said, you know, I also regret not taking part of these clubs and societies. I did take part of a multicultural event that was run way long time ago, and it was really fantastic to see how the clubs and societies came along with each other, and they threw some amazing events, and a lot of students just, you know, mingled with each other. So we really encourage our students. As James said, you're automatically a member. As soon as you're a current student of University of Tasmania, you're also a member of Tasmanian University Union. And, you know, take advantage of that. They're there to help you and support you as well. And it was great to see all of those different facilities and support groups available, which I think is super important for international students who move from such a far away, you know, from back home to here. So definitely take advantage. We do have a couple of questions that have come through. So you may have answered some of these, James, but for example, we've got a few from Flo. So how is the TUU, I guess, working at the moment with the current online situation? Is there anything going on with the University of Union?
Yeah, absolutely. We've never been busier. It's been crazy. So we've all been working from online. So I think it was back in March we made the decision, following obviously the government health lines and the university as well, to move out of our offices and into a home environment. So I'm at home at the moment still. I think we're going to start transitioning back to the TU offices soon and refreshing those. I'm very excited about that because I'm just going to get a brand new start on that. But yeah, been working away, as I mentioned in the background, with various online schemes. We had the Vent Tent online, and that was an amazing resource to help students to get results for them, like the no grade pass. There was various, there was delay, or not delays, but time for assignments that were due. We were able to get extensions on those. Various things that we brought to the academic senate and to the higher powers that be at the university, that Braden, our president, and our campus presidents, that they sit on those various committees. They were able to take the feedback from the Vent Tent Forum to those important people at the university, and they were very appreciative of that, and it helped to make those changes, positive changes for students, which is what the TUU is all about.
Great. And
Yep.
he was also asking, you know, in terms of the first aid training that was happening, when is the next one that's happening, and how can students, sorry, connect to TUU and get updated information?
Okay, well, you can link to us as, if it's still on the screen there, our various social media accounts. You can send us messages through those, or through our website. There's a contact us form on that, and that will get through to either to myself or to one of the other reps. There's multiple admins who have access to those, and they'll be able to reach out to you. As far as the mental health first aid training, that is currently just in a testing phase with our state council reps. It hasn't been spread out to the whole student body at the moment for the time being. So that's not widely available to all students at this time.
Fantastic. I had a question from Mohammed. So, what services will you provide to international students that currently cannot travel to Tasmania and will study online due to the current pandemic?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, obviously we want to reach out to every student, and particularly the online students. As I mentioned, we have our online Ben tent and the student advocates who are also available at any time to meet with students online, via Zoom or whichever method, Skype, whichever method they prefer. So if the students are struggling, they can still reach out to us. We're still here available. We haven't gone into hiding or anything. We're still more than available. We've adapted to the online space as it's come up. And yeah, as far as we can, the majority of our services are still available to students online. Just can't have a free
Awesome.
sausage sizzle, unfortunately.
Yeah, minus the free sausage sizzle.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I had a question for students who are interested, which we were chatting before, for students who are interested in, I guess, joining these societies or registering, what's the best possible way at the moment to go about it with the current situation? And are there any, is there any other, like with the Facebook groups that are available, can they connect to other students in those Facebook groups, or does it have to be through registration through societies?
Oh no, it's I mean, if they can go into any of the groups, we have a couple ourselves. We have an international student group, for instance, where international students can join in and put a message up saying, this is the course I'm doing. Is there anyone else doing it? And they can make new friends that way. So as far as the clubs and societies go, each one has their own. So they're affiliated to us, but they kind of do their own thing. So you can go through the A to Z listing on our website, find the ones that are relevant to you, that interest you, and then there's links there to either their Facebook account or a website or their best email contact, and then you can reach out to them that way, and they'll figure out, because each society has their own registration. Some of them have membership fees, some of them don't, and each one is different. So it's kind of on a case by case basis.
Fantastic. Zach, I had a question for you. Are you currently involved in any societies with the TUU?
Yep, certainly. As I study Bachelor of Business Accounting at University of Tasmania, I myself run one of the business society here in Launceston. It's called Business and Economics Student Society of Tasmania, or BEST Society. It's been pretty good, making a lot of connection with the student, and getting through the society, you get the opportunity for connecting with the professionals, people outside of the university, and also especially if you do accounting, getting through the society, you'll be able to connect to professional bodies like CBA Australia or Chartered Accountant Australia. So there's a lot of benefit from getting involved with societies and sport clubs. Yes.
That's really great. And when I was an international student, I also did my Bachelor of Business and majored in marketing, and then I did my Master's of Professional Accounting. So I reckon it would be one of those groups that would be, full of interested students when it comes to accounting. So no, that's fantastic. And Zach, when did you join that society? I guess, are you in your final year of study?
Yes, correct. I actually so initially there was not any business society up in the north, so I and my friend were the one who established it, and
Yep.
we set it up. So that was in 2018, in my first year.
That's amazing. And props to
Yes.
you for actually initiating, a society. And I just want the students to hear out, um, Zach started a society himself, that didn't exist. And it's so important for students to to hear that students are able to use their own initiatives and ambitions to try and start up things that don't exist. It is possible. That's how TUU supports students. We provide students that flexibility and opportunities for students to take part in things like this. And I'm sure Zach is going to use this as part of his resume for later on, that he opened up a society, he started one with another student, and there's so many things that happen within that society. It's just a simple example as to how students can partake. It doesn't always have to be work related. I think that's one thing. I think James and Zach would agree. A lot of students focus too much on casual employment or, part-time work. I have to fix my CV up. I need to, make sure I find more jobs. But not necessarily. There's so many other avenues that students can build up their resume, and Zach's example is perfect. Adding that onto his resume, it shows so many things to potential employers for students who either want to end up living here and working here, or going back home or to a third country. So it shows a lot more skills than just that casual employment would bring. Zach or James, I'm open to any comment on that if you wish.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, it doesn't matter which society it is, the skills that you're learning in them, if you become like an exec like Zach and you start up society, you've got finance, you've got events, you've got marketing, you've got the community building, you've got the social media aspect of it. There's so many different parts of it that all are very related to the work environment post university. So the societies that are really successful and that have really good and active members, those people are learning so much and getting such work experience and life experience, and not to mention friends for life as well as a result. So the positives are just overwhelming for any society. Even doesn't have to be, as you said, faculty related. It can be someone like the Salsa Dancing Society. They started, I think they're just over a year old now, and in their first year they won a whole bunch of societies awards. They've been very visible in the community. And yeah, it's just been a really good to see them grow. It's lovely when you see a new society affiliates and you think, oh, where are they going to be in a year, and just to see their members grow and their events be really successful. And especially when they get external awards, some of the societies can go and get grants from local government, and they can enter something like the Volunteering Tasmania Award or the Community Achievement Awards. And it's fantastic to see so something, as you said, grows from nothing into a wonderful, thriving community in the space of no time at all. It's wonderful.
No, that's amazing. I will have one more last question, which is directed to Zach, actually, and then we'll wrap it up after that. So, Zach, we've got someone asking, how was the experience for you establishing the new business society? Was it hard to convince other students to join your society when you're still the first year student? So, I guess a little bit about, what prompted you to start it, and how was it convincing other students to join the society as a first year student?
Yeah, certainly it was a little bit hard in terms of inviting new member to join in, and definitely at the beginning we have no reputation of how good the society is because it was new. So we start from inviting our close friend to join up, and usually when friend invite friend to do something, they usually not they will not reject. So they will,
Of
oh,
course.
okay, sure. Oh. Okay, I will join. So, and then from there, we start to connect to professional people from outside, and we go organize some professional event like networking or like a workshop of how to write a proper resume, cover letter, selection criteria, or and things like how to network properly, or business etiquette, something like that. So as we are getting more present in the community, the other students are spreading the news about, oh, okay, we have this business society that help you to develop your career development, and it will help to develop your soft skills like communication, organization skill, problem solving skill, etc. And then the more event we do, we get more members coming in because they can find this beneficial to join. So now approximately we have around 100 members, and we've
That's
been
amazing.
yeah. Thank you very much. So yes, it's all about building trust between you and the student in the community, and also it's more of thinking about what they can benefit from us. So if it's not only social aspect that we give to them, but if they can see the long-term benefit that they can gain from joining the society, they definitely would consider about joining it. Yes.
That is
So
amazing,
initially,
Zach.
yep.
Yeah,
Initially it's been hard, but then in time, if you think about innovative idea about how you can engage the student and come up with good idea to make them become interested in your society, yes, then in time they will be definitely slowly come to join in. And yeah, we do a lot of like social activity too, like barbecue section or like Amazing Race. Anyone might know Amazing Race, the game. So we do
sure
some
do.
social. Yep. Yes. We do like a scavenger hunt too. So not only they come for a boring like workshop session, or, and they also have the opportunity to come for the like fun casual event as well. Yes.
Of course. That is amazing, Zach. I'm really happy to hear that, and I hope future students have heard exactly what Zach said, and also James, all the opportunities available. It's been such a pleasure to have you here, and Zach, good luck on your exams. Everyone, Zach has his exam soon. James, do you have one too, or you're all good?
No, I'm a staff member, so no exams for me,
Yeah, no exams.
unfortunately.
No,
Finished
that's
exam.
that's awesome. Good luck, Zach, on your exams, and
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much for joining. Really, really appreciate it. I hope our students and agents have found that information informative. Our next session is literally in 15 minutes. We're going to have 4 of our fantastic students, just like Zach, speak about their international student experience. Uh, please join in for that as well. I reckon it will be a really good session as well. That will start in 15 minutes. Please use the same link that you used to join this session. And thank you once again, James and Zach, and we shall see you soon. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Bye.
Bye.